Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another 4K Blu-ray collection update and unboxing. If you all don't know me, my name is David, and I review movies here and at CinemaDeviant.com. I started doing this as a way to give people a heads up as to what's coming out now and in the upcoming weeks as far as physical media goes. We have quite a bit to take a look at today. Not a whole lot, but some really cool titles. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. First up, we have Rick and Morty, the anime, right here. This is really cool. I would have never thought that this would have been a thing. I love Rick and Morty. I'm a late bloomer, I guess you could say, as far as when I became a Rick and Morty fan. But through and through, I really love the show. And the idea of them doing an anime season is pretty wild, but it's pretty fun. Yeah, upon checking this out, I again it takes if you're a Rick and Morty fan, a traditional Rick and Morty fan, this is gonna take a little bit for you to get into, because this is your typical anime style show. You know, this season here, and it also has the anime beats. You know, as far as the storytelling goes and things like that. A lot of the same Rick and Morty things and humor and things like that. But there's some deeper and darker stuff. I mean, I guess just like the regular show, but if you've seen any sort of anime, then you'll understand what I'm talking about. As far as the storytelling, story beats, and things like that, this was interesting because I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it a lot. I think I kept thinking that it was going to connect to the main show, and it doesn't. So FYI, it does not. I think it's pretty much as far as I can tell, standalone only. Which I guess kind of is good because it does let itself just be there creatively, and it doesn't have to constrain itself to tying anything to the main seasons of the show. But yeah, this is really fun. If you love anime, this is a no-brainer for you. If you love anime, if you love Rick and Morty, this is totally a no-brainer. You have to check this out. It's really good. There goes the back there. Shows you what it's about. Right, and let's pop this open. So this is pretty cool. Here you have the Blu-ray disc right there. Some really cool disc art there, which is nice. Again, I always dig that. And some nice, like, psychedelic looking interior artwork here, which I love that you know, if you pick up a Rick and Morty, you know, season on Blu-ray or anything like that, it usually has some really cool interior artwork right here. So that's very cool. And then there you have the front, back, and spine for Rick and Morty the anime, and this one is out now from Adult Swim. Really cool. Again, I'm a big fan. Again, it took me a little while, just a little bit. Maybe I would say maybe like 2 episodes to really kind of, you know, get the speed of it. But yeah, very cool. All right, next up we have Black Bag right here on Blu-ray. This have Blu-ray and digital copy here. This is starring Michael Fassbender and Cate Blanchett. This is a really cool. I'm not even going to call it a spy thriller. It's like a spy drama. I was under the impression, you know, typically when you have a spy movie, you think there's bound to be some action and things like that. This has little to no action. Which I found interesting. Instead, in place of all the action that you would expect, there's a lot of characterization, which is really well done in this movie. It's a really great character piece, with, you know, it being like an espionage type of setting. But you know, it being pretty much like a drama-filled type of film as well. But fantastic, excellent cast all around, as you can see there. Like, brilliant performances. I thought this was really well done, and I had a great time checking this one out. This one was a fun one to watch. Michael Fassbender is Michael Fassbender, man. And there goes the back there, in case you guys want to see what it's about. But yeah. Cate Blanchett and Michael Fassbender together, especially in one movie, phenomenal. They're really great. Open this up. It does have digital copy. And then there you have the Blu-ray disc right there. There's no discard or anything like that, but that's okay. And then here we have the front, back, and spine for Black Bag. And this one is out now from Studio Distribution Services and Universal Pictures Home Entertainment. Really, really well done. Like I said, it's very rare that I come across a spy movie like this. Anyway, but fantastic. This is a must watch if you dig spy stuff. Next up is a biopic. And not just any biopic. This was one that came out that I'm a big fan of the person. And I didn't know how to react to you know what this movie was gonna be, but I was all there. I was all in for it, and I really wanted to watch it. I'm glad it came in to review. And this is Better Man, right here. This is the biopic. I guess you can. Yeah, I mean it's a biopic for Robbie Williams, the singer Robbie Williams. He was a part of the UK pop group Take That. In the 90s and stuff like that. And yeah, this was just one of those movies that when it was announced, I was like, okay, cool. And then I saw a trailer and the main character, which, you know, is Robbie Williams, is a CGI monkey. But I was like, okay, stranger things have happened. It is directed by the guy that did Greatest Showman. So I was like, I love Greatest Showman. Of course, I'm all in. I had to watch it. I checked it out, and and this is on 4K, mind you. It doesn't say up here, and this is part of the Paramount Presents line. But it is on 4K. It does have 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray. And upon watching it, it's such an interesting story. You know, Robbie Williams' story it's an interesting one. I consider myself a fan. I'm not like this, you know, huge fan that knows all about his life or anything like that. But it was interesting to see the things that I had no idea went on. There's obviously certain main beats of his story that I do know about, but there's the smaller parts that I was like, oh man, that's so sad. You know, that's heartbreaking. But there's a big but. The fact that this was a CGI ape throughout the whole movie kind of deters and derails the movie itself just a little bit. It's just hard. It's hard to get past that fact, and I understand. I will say I understand the creative choice to do that, and it's an interesting one. But as an audience, you know, member watching it, for me anyway, if you've seen this movie, let me know if you have a different opinion and what you guys thought about it in the comments, please. But me myself, I felt like it was taking me out of his story a bit throughout the movie. I still did enjoy the movie, and I really enjoyed learning more about his story and things like that. But yeah, that was probably my only thing about it, was that if you would have thrown an actual like actor in it, like a human person, I think it would have been it would have hit a little harder, I think, and it would have been that much more I guess I don't want to say meaningful, because maybe that's not the word I'm looking for, but it would have been more impactful, I guess. Yeah, but it is a great story and a great movie nonetheless. Really heartbreaking and heartwarming at the same time. But yeah, fantastic movie. There goes the back there. It shows you what it's about, and the special features are there as well, right there. And since this is part of the Paramount Presents line, this does have this opening, this flip open here, where it does show the theatrical poster, which is very cool. Love that. But nice. And then we do have this clear case here, which I really like that they include that every single time. Back is the same. Let's pop this open. It does have digital copy. And we do have, let's see here. Let me just do this. There goes the Blu-ray disc there. Very nice disc art. I appreciate that. And the 4K disc there. It's really cool. And this one does actually look really good in 4K, but I think that maybe that also might be a hindrance of it, because it's very evident that it's a CG monkey, a CG ape, you know. But yeah, it's really, really good nonetheless. There goes the interior artwork there. And the front, back, and spine for Better Man. And this one is out on 4K, and this is part of the Paramount Presents line, and out now from Paramount. All right. Next up, we have a favorite. This is definitely a favorite of mine. I love the films that this is based on. They really did like make me feel some kind of way about the main actor of the movie, but all around it's a great watch nonetheless. And like I said, this is based on 2 previous movies. The Creep tapes, season 1, right here. Creep and Creep 2 are some of my favorite horror movies out there. They're just so it's another kind of fun. I'll say that. They're found footage type of films, and if you don't know anything about Creep or Creep 2, essentially there's this guy that hires videographers to come to his house and film his day under the guise of doing like a documentary or things like that. But instead, he kind of like puts them through these like torturous and weird scenarios that, well, it creeps them out, you know? And ultimately, things go a really dark turn. I'll just leave it there. But anyway, the first 2 films were really, really great. And then we heard nothing about this franchise, these movies, until I myself had heard something that they were going to do a 3rd one. And I was like, okay, man, I cannot wait. And then time passed, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, no, we're going to do a TV show. And I was very unsure about it, because I was like, well, how are you going to do that? You know, it's kind of weird to do it that way. But I was all there. I was all in for it anyway, all there. But when it came out, I was so pleasantly surprised, because yes, you know, we have the first 2 movies. They're like an hour and a half, hour, 40 minutes maybe. I'm kind of guessing. And that's it, right? Here we have like, I think it's like 8 different episodes, 8 to 10 episodes. I cannot remember exactly. But, and they're each about like 30 minutes. So that's like, I mean, that's so much more than what I would have asked for in just a regular film. And these episodes, these stories, they all kind of start off very similar, but they're so interesting, man. And you get to dive deeper into the world of this character, man. And it's so good. And like I said, if you've seen the movies, you know exactly who that entity is. I'll say that. But very, very good. And Mark Duplass, man, oh, dude, like he was born for this. I hate to say it like that, but and then that's the other thing. Anything that he is in has been in since Creep. I can't get past his character in this movie, so I just keep going back to it. Which sometimes it could be a bad thing. I think it's a great thing for him to be remembered that like intensely, of these movies. I think it's so cool. And again, you have season 1. I cannot wait for more seasons of this. This is gonna be really fun. There goes the Blu-ray disc there. And then here we have the front, back, and spine for the Creep Tapes season 1. And this one is out now in the UK from Acorn Media, and I believe June 10th here in the States from RLJ Entertainment. But fantastic. If you have not seen Creep or Creep 2, definitely watch those. They're really good, and definitely you're gonna want to pick up the Creep Tapes, especially after you watch those. This is gonna be one that you're gonna totally have to add to your collection. Fantastic. Next up, we have, I guess we're gonna go back to the anime route ish, kind of, and we have Batman Ninja versus the Yakuza League on 4K. It does have 4K Ultra HD and digital copy. So I love the actual the original Batman Ninja. It was so unique and very well done that it's not something that you see every day. This is definitely like an Elseworlds type of story, obviously, but it was cool to see the characters in this realm, in this aspect, in this way, and coming back to this world is pretty interesting, and very cool to see, like, more characters in that same anime style. So it's very cool. I had a very fun time watching this one as well, especially in 4K. It looks phenomenal in 4K. I always say, animated films tend to lend themselves very well to 4K, and this one's no different. Fantastic. There you have the front there with all the artwork. As you can see, you can kind of gauge who's who here. You have Aquaman here. I believe it's Wonder Woman. Right? Yeah, Wonder Woman over here. The Flash over here. And I cannot remember who this is. But again, fantastic movie. And this, I feel like this could almost be like a franchise kind of thing. I'd be down for another one if they did another one. There goes the back there, shows you what it's about, and the special features are there as well. All right, pop this open. It does have digital copy, and here we have the 4K disc right there by itself, standalone disc. No disc art, but it does have this small little like embellishment there, as you can see. And then here we have the front, back, and spine for Batman Ninja versus Yakuza League. And this one is out now from Warner Brothers Home Entertainment. Very cool. All right, next up, we have a true story movie. And those tend to get kind of, on the serious side. Those type of movies I really have to like prepare myself for. So I sat down a while back and checked this one out, and I was blown away by it. I really was. And that is Last Breath, right here, starring Woody Harrelson, Simu Liu, and Finn Cole. Very interesting story about these deep sea divers on this like rig, right? And they have to go down, do some repairs. One gets stuck there, and he just, in short, he gets stuck there, and they have to go on a rescue mission to get him back, and time is of the essence. And this was such a nail biter for me. These type of movies, I tend to I'll watch them alone, so that way I can kind of immerse myself in the story, and I totally did that. And I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing, because I am also kind of semi-claustrophobic, and it kind of put me there in that scenario, and I couldn't get past it, and it was just like, I don't know, I was almost having like an anxiety attack at the same time, but that also says a lot about the movie and the way it was filmed, the way it was made, to elicit that kind of response from me. Yeah, that says a lot about it. And I thought amazing performances from everybody all around. And I will say one thing that maybe did amp up my anxiety just a little bit uh, with this is throughout the movie, um, there, well, not maybe not throughout the movie, but through various parts of the movie, there's like a countdown clock or like a timer, uh, and that I think that added to the suspense and severity of the whole story and the way it was going down. And then again, after it was all said and done, the credits are rolling, realizing like, yeah, this was a true story. Oh my god, I I, I think you guys would feel the same way after watching this movie. It's insane. It's an insane story, um, that like I still can't believe, how this went down and how it ended up. But great movie nonetheless. Fantastic. There goes the back there. In case you guys don't know what it's about, and the special features are there as well. And I want to say, I think that there's a documentary, like an actual documentary about this story itself, which I'm gonna have to check out. And if there is, I'll add a link somewhere down in the description, because you guys have to check it out too if you have not seen it. Just it's amazing. It's pretty crazy. Um, does have digital copy, and here we have the Blu-ray right there for Last Breath. Very standard release, no discard or anything like that. And then here we have the front, back, and spine for Last Breath, and this one is out now from Studio Distribution Services and Universal Pictures Home Entertainment. Fantastic. Yeah, this one was crazy. And I'm actually kind of glad that I watched it alone, because I don't know how I would feel, how I would have reacted around people. But anyway, next up, we have the tried and true Yellowstone season 5 part 2. Yellowstone has come to an end. The show that kind of caught on like wildfire has now come and gone, and yeah, so it took me a bit to catch up to Yellowstone, but I finally did, and I cannot wait to own it, for one, because just to be a completionist and have all the seasons is big, like big priority to me. But this is such a great show from beginning to end. I kind of give a little bit of a sigh, because I think everybody knows the real life stuff that happened with the last season, and the drama behind it, which is very unfortunate, because I feel like it just kind of it goofs up everything, with the overall, like people are gonna look back at the show and they're gonna think about those things. I feel like, anyway, um, and the story itself should come first. I feel like the story itself should have been in the forefront. They should have just squashed whatever to get the story complete in essence, But it is what it is. The show is still very, very, very good. One that I will recommend to so many people for years to come. This is like, you know, I'm not even like that kind of fan of like these kind of things. I don't want to say Western, like modern Westerns, I guess you could say. This is like a soap opera, modern Western. This is like Dallas in a way, but a grittier version of that. And I loved it. Again, from beginning to end, I will recommend the show to anybody and everybody. And it ended on I don't know. I guess I still feel a little 50-50 on the ending of this. Let me know what you guys think of the ending in the comments. No spoilers for anybody. Don't post any spoilers for anybody, just in case people haven't seen it yet. Because I do recommend a lot of people, anybody, to watch the show. But yeah, I'm a little split on it. But it is a solid show nonetheless, solid season. At that, but this one, season 5 part 2, does have some collectible cards as well in here. And then there goes the back, in case you guys don't know what it's about. And the special features are there as well. All right, let's open this up here. All right. So it does have, like I said, we'll look at the collectible cards first, which is, this is very cool. Comes in an envelope. I thought it was just going to include the cards, just like that. But very, very cool. It has the Yellowstone Ranch logo there. All right, so this opens up like so. And we do have some postcards there. Very cool. Yeah, RIP on the other one. Casey and Monica. They were just like, oh, man. The crew. And that boy Rip. Right there. And they are postcards, so they all have quotes on the back of each one. Right there. And then here we have the season itself. Pop this open. We do have, let's see here. Let's see if I can get this off. Disc 1 right there. Season 5, Part 2, Disc 1. And Season 5, Disc 2, Part 2. Season 5, Part 2, Disc 2. That's what I meant to say. And then Season 5, Part 2, Disc 3. Boom. And then the interior artwork does have the episode guide there. And the special features. Very cool. And there is the front, back, and spine for Yellowstone, Season 5, Part 2. And this one is out now from Paramount. Very, very cool. Like I said, solid show, man. Not one that I thought I would have gotten into, but yeah, great nonetheless. And from Yellowstone onto another show that, from what I've been told, is very much like Yellowstone, but in Texas. And that is Landman, Season 1. Right here. I'm excited to check this one out. I have not seen it just yet, but the cast right here says a lot. Billy Bob Thornton, Demi Moore, John Hamm. I mean, come on. Right there, that sounds amazing. And like the way it was described to me was Yellowstone in Texas about oil. And I was like, okay. Oh, all right. Like, that sounds interesting enough. And here goes the back here, in case you guys want to see what it's about. And the special features are there as well. Oh, and literally, it says it right there. Landman gives Texas the Yellowstone treatment. Right there from Variety. So you know it's legit, right? All right. Let's pop this open. I'm excited actually to check this one out. Especially with Yellowstone, you know, coming to an end. I know they have the spin-offs and things like that, which I have not seen all of them yet. You know, I am looking for a new Yellowstone-ish type of show, and from what I hear, again, this is that. So here we have Season 1, there's Disc 1 there, and Disc 2 has the episodes right there on the disc. And we have Disc 3 right here that has, looks like some episodes and special features. And then the interior artwork, just like the other one, has an episode guide. Disc 1, Disc 2, and Disc 3 right there, which is really cool. And always nice to see something like that there. And then here we have the front, back, and spine for Landman, Season 1, and this one is out now from Paramount. Really cool. All right. So again, that gives me another show to check out. Definitely looking forward to this one. And last but not least, we have a cool box set, courtesy of Warner Brothers, and that is Ben 10, the complete collection. So believe it or not, I love Ben 10. This is such an amazing set here that has every single Ben 10 show, like the cartoon animated show that they put out. It has Ben 10, Ben 10 Alien Force, Ben 10 Ultimate Alien, and Ben 10 Omniverse, all in this awesome box set here. As you can see here. So, quick, story here. The only reason I started watching Ben 10 was because a DVD was given to me when I was a bit younger. My son had just been born, and I was just like, I like cartoons. I'm a big kid, so I would pop it on from here and there. I was like, okay, this is kind of neat. It's a Cartoon Network show, so I was like, this is very cool. So my son started getting a little older. I think he was about like 2 years old, something like that, and he was in the stages of like running around, just trying to watch whatever, and he would want things to just keep himself busy. Like he would literally look for things to watch, or he would ask me like, hey, can you find me something to watch? And for one, I would always put on Power Rangers. But then the other thing was, I was like, well, let me see what I have. And I came across that DVD, popped it in. The kid loved Ben 10 like nobody's business. So I ended up watching a whole lot of Ben 10 with him, from 2 to like 6 or something like that. He would watch the episode at 2 years old. 2 years old, he would watch the episodes, and he would watch them so much that he knew the episodes from front to back. He would recite and repeat the episodes, and it gave me Ben 10 gives me a nice memory of my kid when he was that age. So to have this in this awesome box set, he saw it and he was just like, oh my god. Like the memories kept flooding back to him. But this is so super cool, and I cannot wait to check this out. And there's a season in here, or a show, that I have not seen, so I'm super excited to check it out. And that is I think it's Ultimate Alien. I have not seen right here. Very, very cool. But all those in one awesome box set right here from Warner Brothers, Home Entertainment, and Cartoon Network. Let's go ahead and take a quick glimpse at these sets here. They do come in the typical big box DVD sets, but very, very cool. Oh my god. So this is Alien Force. Looks like Alien Force and the regular Ben 10. Ooh, okay, hold up. Wait. Let me just come back here. It looks like these have gotten a little like thicker, and the discs don't seem to be falling out, which is good. Right there, you have all the discs here for Ben 10 on this side. And then you have Ben 10 Alien Force right there. And then you keep going, and you have more Ben 10 Alien Force right there. Very, very cool. All right. So nice is Ben 10 and Ben 10 Alien Force on this one. And then this one has Ben 10 Ultimate Alien, Ben 10 Omniverse. So let's take a look at those. So all the discs here for Ultimate Alien. Fantastic artwork on all the discs there. And then we have Omniverse on this side, starting Omniverse. And then, let's see here. Oh, the disc got stuck on the other one. Let me see here. Because actually, this is very cool. Hold on. All right. So, we also have some other, looks like some other movies here. More than two. Okay, yeah. Okay, so you have Omniverse, and then this does include 2 movies. So we have the rest of Omniverse, which is another disc here, and then there's Galactic Monsters right here. I think that's part of Omniverse. And we have Ben 10 Destroy All Aliens, and Ben 10 Secret of the Omnitrix. So that's very cool. 2 movies and all these episodes here. That's kind of crazy in this awesome box set. So super stoked for this. And this is Ben 10, the complete collection, and this one is out now from Warner Brothers Home Entertainment and Cartoon Network. All right, very cool. Very stoked to have that one. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Please give this video a big thumbs up. If you dug it or found it informative in any way, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well, because I will be coming back with more videos as always. And with all that being said, we'll catch you next time.